What is up, YouTube? It's the Uncouth Truth. I wanted to make a video for all you MP5 bros out there, specifically on the topic of trimming the hammer. Reason I'm making this video is because, to be quite honest, I have not seen anybody make a video on this specific topic, though I have seen it talked about. So I wanted to do one myself. That way, if you plan on adding a Lee lower or one of the Lieber V2 printed lowers because you're an SS bro, you actually know what it is that you're trying to accomplish here. And so that way, whenever it comes to adding the lower to your rifle and you need, say, if you need to trim your trigger a little bit, you know what it is that you're doing. Anyways, first I'm going to put in this OEM, this right here is an unmodified LaRue trigger, hammer, excuse me. And this right here is a LaRue MBT trigger that I have modified in order to get it to run with this one. So first I'm going to put this into this Lee lower housing, and I'm going to show you kind of what it's doing and why it's doing it. And then I'm going to put this in there and show you why it is that you need to modify this and how much. Now, this isn't just specific to the LaRue MBT2. Be it a Geisley trigger, whatever the case may be, as long as you understand what it is you're trying to achieve, you shouldn't have any problem doing it yourself. It's really not all that complicated, to be quite honest with you. Also, there are some other lowers out there, not included the printer lowers, but the AS Designs. I actually have one ordered. I haven't received it yet. However, it's my understanding that the AS Designs lower, the aluminum lower, is the fire control group sits just a little bit further down, allowing proper clearance for it. And I think it's to be quite honest with you, it's more designed to run a super safety in it versus the Lee, which was just designed for your standard semi-automatic AR-15 style fire control group. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and cut to the next portion of it, which is with the unmodified trigger in it, and I'm going to explain to you what's going on with it, show you the malfunction that it's having, and then I'm going to cut again with this one in it and kind of explain to you how to remedy it. So be right back. Okay, hopefully I got everything in frame. But I went ahead and reassembled, and this has the Lee lower and it's got the unmodified LaRue MBT trigger in it. So to show you what it's doing, if I cock the charging tube, it sticks. You'll notice that for the most part it'll stick right there. Okay, so that's what's going on. Now the reason that that's happening is because the top of that hammer is preventing the bolt carrier group from moving forward. It's actually moving behind it, and it's getting stuck and hung up. Now, the Lee lower does come with a buffer piece. Now, this buffer piece is apparently supposed to keep the bolt carrier group from moving back that far. That said, you know, the tolerance on these things it has a pretty wide spectrum, so it should work, but not always. That said, I actually have the buffer that came with it on the recoil spring right here, and it's still moving past the hammer a little bit, so causing this to stick. And it's not sticking by much, but anyways, I'm going to go ahead and get it unstuck. There we go. But just so you understand what's going on, as that bolt carrier group is moving, cycling towards the rear, we got that hammer that has been now cocked, and it is sticking up just slightly in its path. So it can't really move forward whenever it's positioned all the way to the rear. Now, the MP5K variants, unlike the full size, which is what this is, or the reverse stretch, which has full size components in the receiver, yet just a shorter barrel. The K version apparently is less prone to this specific issue just because of the fact that everything is condensed, right? However, on that note, I will say that I have talked to some of the experts who have told me that getting a K variant to run reliably versus a full size like this, it's, according to some of the experts out there, it's like night and day. These are much easier to get to run correctly and reliably. That they've had some other issues with K variants. But in any case, just so you know, probably not an issue you're going to run into with the K version of it. But just so you know, that's what's happening. the bolt carrier group is getting stuck on that hammer. So let me go ahead and disassemble it real quick. You know what? While I'm doing this, I'm going to go ahead and cut to the next portion of the video where I got the modified hammer reinstalled, and we'll just go ahead and go from there. That way I don't waste too much of your time watching me do nothing. All right, and we're back again. I went ahead and reassembled the gun with the modified hammer in it. Okay, as you can see, as we pull the charging handle all the way back, not sticking whatsoever. And by the way, this has been cleared like 20 times. So for all you safety nuts out there, yes, there's no ammunition anywhere around here. But I can go ahead and function check. And I hit resets and it's ready to go. Everything works as it should. Excuse me, I just knocked my mic. But now let's go ahead and get into the grits of it. I'm going to go ahead and get this unassembled, and I can show you what I did. And at the expense of repeating myself, this is not limited to just a LaRue trigger. Shaving it like this. But pretty much any trigger that you choose to go with. Let me go ahead and get this in frame. Now, you can see right here, where I rounded it just here at the top. And the reason that is now as the bolt carrier group is passing over it, it allows enough clearance, and I didn't have to take off much, just a couple of millimeters. I'll actually snap a photo and see if I can add in a photo of them compared to each other at the end of the video. But in any case, I had trim this down just a little bit. Now, like a barber, you can always take a little bit more off, but you can never put more back on. So you got to be careful. Not only that, I mean, obviously, everybody watching videos on YouTube is a certified gunsmith and loves to bust out the opportunity to bust out the old Dremel whenever you get the chance. But let's just be careful about how much of this hammer face you take off. The reason being is because once the hammer has been released, you want to make sure that you still have enough left in order to hit the firing pin, right? Obviously, we're not wanting to shave it all the way down, but go ahead and shave, just round it off good enough to where that bolt carrier group can comfortably slide without binding, where it can comfortably slide forward and into battery. That's really all we're trying to achieve here. So anyway, again, for most triggers, I will say the spec on every trigger is different, right? So nobody can say 100% that say the AS Design slower will be compatible without any modification of the trigger whatsoever. I would imagine that the owner of it cannot say that because every freaking trigger is different. This right here is a mil spec, or every hammer is different, should I say. This right here has a pretty, whenever it's in the cock back position, has a pretty large top to it. So if you're using just a mil spec trigger like this, then you're going to have to probably cut off quite a bit of this little hump right here in order for that bolt carrier group to pass. However, as long as regardless of what hammer it is that you're modifying, as long as you understand that you want to chop off just enough to make that bolt carrier group float freely past it, that's the whole goal. So it's really not that hard. So if you're uncomfortable working on guns, just have a little confidence in yourself and just do a little bit at a time until it racks nice and smooth. And that's pretty much all I got. I am going to ask the people at Lee, as well as people at AS Designs, if they have anything to add that they want you to know about the specific process, to by all means say something in the comments. But just on the off chance that I misspoke or got something wrong. But and for this portion of it, this is really what you're trying to do. So anyways, hope this helps you guys out there, and good luck.